Alright, today we're going to look at a run that has been patiently waiting to be edited since the end of April. So it's over 6 weeks old at this point, which is kind of ridiculous. And this one I was quite excited about it at the time, and I think the intention was I was just going to edit it and publish it the next week. But because I'd used some of the pets in the run in one of the most recent videos that I'd published at that point, I decided to delay it. So here we are. So the pets that we're going to look at today specifically are Pink Robin, no surprise there since I have a steady stream of Pink Robin videos on this channel. But we're also going to use Dear Lord and Abomination. Now Abomination is one of those units that it really does feel like it has virtually limitless potential, because every time you think you've seen everything, there'll be some new discovery. Not that I'm saying that what we're going to see here is necessarily a discovery as such, but I've personally not seen anyone do it before. So do let me know in the comments if you're already aware this was possible. So what we're going to do today is use Abomination for permanent scaling. Now, when I say permanent scaling, I am not talking about in battle. Obviously, you could have Abomination, Swallow, Axolotl, and Brahma Chicken, and any of these other units that scale permanently in battle. This is going to be permanent scaling in the shop using Abomination. So maybe if you want to have a think about it for a while, I'm sure it will probably be pretty obvious since I've already said that I'm going to use Pink Robin. But yeah, I think this is quite a fun concept. And yeah, I'm sure there's still plenty of new things to be discovered with Abomination. Especially as and when we get new units. I'm sure, even though there's no pack on the horizon, there are still at least 3 units that I can think of that were on the test server at various stages and haven't been released yet. So fingers crossed we get to see them at some point this year. So the other parts of the team that we're going to need, we've got the Cardinal now. Now Cardinal is very important, and that will become clear later on. We've also got the Weasel. So the Weasel is there because I need to have Mushroom on a unit. We want to have Mushroom on the Pink Robin, but I also want to have it on another unit, as we'll see why in a second. So we're just going to keep on putting stats into the Dear Lord. It doesn't need to be a higher level. It's actually kind of funny here that I'm on turn 6 and we don't have a Pink Robin yet, even though it's tier 1 now. And the fact that Pink Robin is tier 1 makes a lot of these teams so much easier to build. It's very difficult to get to this stage in the game and not actually have one on your squad already if you have a specific tier 1 that you need. But it does happen from time to time. Obviously gold generation is always going to help in building odd teams, but in this particular example, the Weasel having the Mushroom is actually important for another reason. So we're just going to keep feeding up the Dear Lord. Guess we're not going to get Pink Robin this turn either. The Pink Robin stats don't really matter at all. We just need it to be level 2 because it is going to activate the Abomination. And am I going to take a level up? Okay, here we get the Abomination, so we can bring that in and then top up its stats with the various blackberries that we've already acquired. Okay, I'm only going to put 2 of them on the Abomination. That was maybe a bit stingy. Having the double Cardinal is maybe a little bit annoying because it covers up the food shop with the double blackberry. But we only really need Pink Robin now, and we should get it pretty soon. So take the level up on the Cardinal. We get the Cats, which doesn't really matter. I guess it would be fine if it hits the Weasel, which maybe it will. I can't remember what happens here. Yes, it does. That was fortunate. Like I said, the level 2 Dear Lord doesn't matter, and the higher level Cardinal doesn't matter either. Even a level 1 Cardinal would be fine. So yeah, it's turn 10. We don't have our tier 1 yet, but it's going to materialize very soon. Okay, maybe not this turn. I'm freezing the Sea Cucumber just for the Abomination to have something to swallow. Unfortunately, the level up there is also going to block our shop. on the next turn, which is kind of unfortunate. It's actually funny looking back at this and wondering how this particular run ended up being a video when we don't have the pink robin yet, and it's actually turn 11. So there's the mushroom, we need that on the weasel. And now having the mushroom on the weasel will mean that the cardinal regenerates the mushroom every turn. We're going to keep rolling, looking for the pink robin, and there we go. We don't have anything that we can sell, but I think it should be fine since we only need the level 2. And then we also need the donut here. Now, obviously I'm going to try and trigger the Abomination using the pink robin, but if I do that when we don't have donut on the Abomination, then it can potentially trigger either the Cardinal or the Deer Lord, which is not ideal. So the donut does complicate things slightly, but I think we're just going to buy the pink robin, buy the mushroom onto it, and then buy the donut. And we won't get to see the combo work this turn, but a couple of chocolates. Okay, there's one. And then we're just looking for one more, or one more pink robin. Of course, we do need something for the Abomination to do. Yeah, here maybe I could have gone without freezing the other Abomination. Since we're running out of time, we need to get the pink robin to level 2. Here's someone who's done a level 3 stoat cell. Although I think we're going to be okay against it. Yeah, actually the fact that we have the mushroom on the pink robin gets us the win, so maybe it would have been nicer to have a draw there. We don't need the mushroom. And we actually get the chocolate, so that was very lucky. And very greedy to keep the Abominations frozen. But now what we're going to do is we're going to start freezing some end turn scalers. Now I don't think I get more than one here. Do I get another one after I roll? Maybe we're going to just go with the Amargasaurus. Okay, we do actually get Dragonfly as well. But here you can see the combo working. So the pink robin faints, activates the Abomination. And now we get the activation on the Abomination's end turn abilities. So you wouldn't necessarily think that that would happen. Maybe you would think that the pink robin faint ability would go off after all the end turn abilities, but it doesn't. It happens as soon as the Deer Lord has fainted it. And so if we just now put the mushroom on the pink robin, we can actually guarantee that this happens every turn. And we might as well go for level 3 on the Cardinal as well. And I really wanted to get this with Chimpanzee and Farmer Dog, which is why they're in the pack there. But I think this turn we're going to get to see, yeah, I'm going to go for the Dragonfly as well. So we should get to see 3 scaling abilities here all go off. Yeah. So the Cardinal goes off and then the Abomination. It's hard to tell, but it actually does trigger all 3 end turn scaling abilities there. And then this is actually quite a fun team from Game Ninja with the Panthers and Chili. But the fact that the Weasel came back from Mushroom actually saved us there, I think. And we get the achievement there as well. So maybe that run would have worked out a lot nicer in terms of the number of rounds that we would have had of the permanent scaling going off if the pink robin hadn't waited until, what was it, turn 11 or 12 to show up. So here's another one. You can see Monkey and Farmer Dog being swallowed by the Abomination here. And you'll see that the Deer Lord does get the buffs because it happens before the pink robin comes back to life. And then I face a woodpecker team here. Yeah, we don't quite have enough there to knock out the woodpecker. So we could be in trouble here. Yeah, it's Phoenix Mushroom in the back line. So that is GG. And then next round, this is a different game altogether. I'm just picking some random games where I actually got the combo working in shop. And this one, what's going to happen here? We actually steal the ambrosia from the Frogman there, or we copy the ambrosia from the Frogman with the Cardinal in battle. Very unusual for that to happen, and it actually mattered. And then this is a really fun opponent. Eminem Jr. going for the silly Jackal. Very rare to have these two types of meme teams facing each other. And it actually heals the deer up there. And then it ends up being a tie. So yeah, GG's to Eminem there. That was fun stuff.